Hi everyone. This is Mark again. It's Thursday, August 16th, 2018, and I'm here today at Rancho San Antonio, the Deer Hollow Park that's run by the city of Mountain View, and it's a county park, the Rancho San Antonio. And here's a map. It's a big area. There's a big preserve up here. There's mountain lions, so I'm going to go for a hike up to the farm and visit with the hopefully piglets. And they've got I think they got a horse up there. And I used to go up here when I was working at Fort Aerospace way back in the 80s. I remember used to be a fellow I worked with name of Joe Johnson that worked in the supply department when I was working at Fort's NATO Repair Depot. And of course I only worked there 3 years and then went on to Foothill College and couldn't graduate. So 5 years down the road, I went on. They had Loma Prieta after that, and there was a seminary up here, up on the hill. It's Mary Knoll. There's a like a Catholic retreat over here. I've dropped people out there, and it's private. It's a Catholic, old Catholic church where it was all part of the seminary. Back then they didn't have the restrooms, and we just went running. I tried to train for marathons. I would do they had the levee over there between where Googleplex is today and the old Moffett Naval Airfield, where the P-3s were stationed. Martin, my brother, was there for a while. He was an avionics tech in the Navy. He worked on the electronic equipment in the airplane. So I used to run up here, and today we're just going to go for a walk. But I've just seen, I've gone over to Palo Alto VA hospital, and they've taken a blood sample. They're going to do the lab work to check on my A1C, and then I see Dr. Freddie Yee on Monday. He's a pharmacist, and we'll see how the A1C is done. I weighed myself last night. It was 202, and even though I'm going to get myself down, pantless, with the pants on, it comes up to another 4 pounds. So I doubt whether I'll get to that 200 mark when I go see the doctor. It'll probably be 204 on their scale. Everything else, I've been doing fine, health-wise, everything. So I'm going to go on and do a short video, and that'll be my my video log for the week. Let me show you. At one time, when I first jogged up here, it was part of this old seminary, and they didn't have parking like there is today. And there's even an area where you can fly RC aircraft and the hovercraft. I'm going to show you this. They put in a regular restroom. When I first jogged up here, they didn't have a restroom. They only had little pipes where you could get a sip of water on the way up and the way down, just up to the park. So let me put this on hold and reverse the camera. So hang on a minute. Okay, so here they built this building since I started jogging back in the 80s. It's nice, nice little restroom here for male and female separate. Nowadays, it's like you go into fast food places, it's like unisex. They've got the same bathroom for both the men and the women. And this is kind of different than I remember, but used to be I went down and there was some pipes that you could stretch your legs on, so I'm going to walk that way. Just hang on, I'll put it on pause again, see if I can find those pipes, stretch pipes. Okay, so these are little pipes that you can stretch out your legs before you start running. And it's different today, it's a lot nicer. But the whole pathway was just dirt. And the same with the parking lot, and now it's all paved over. That was quite a long time ago. Very nice today. It's, of course, it's a park that Mountain View runs, and they have Googleplex, and they've got the money to do it. Taxpayer, and Google's a big taxpayer. I'm going to put this on hold. Okay, this bridge here used to be a wooden bridge, and rickety, and way back in the 80s, so it's much nicer. I'll just start across, and that was a pathway over to where the seminary used to be. Okay, there's a big field here. This is over here. There's a little park here with benches, and you can see where this is one of the original little pipes. They fixed it up a little bit, but you would come down and get a sip of water right here if you need it. Usually in the evenings, when it starts getting dark, you can see the deer. They'll come out and they'll be in this field. So I'm going to go a little bit farther up and just talk a little bit farther up. Okay, so this is a stone with a plaque that they put here about the college, the seminary that used to be here. So it was a campus here for people that became. Okay, everyone. I just want to take a picture of this informational thing here. There's mountain lions up in here, and when I was running back in the 80s, you used to see the footprints. Big old, you could see that they were up there. Always made you kind of wonder, but I never saw one. You just have to be aware of what to do. You just don't run away from them. They'll jump on top of you. You try to just kind of scare them off. Best to show them respect, because it's where they live, not where you live. Their backyard, not yours. So I'm going up to the farm. It's only a mile. And then they have a Wildcat Loop, which is what we used to run to train for marathons. So this is it so far. Okay, so back in the 80s when I was up here, there was a seminary, St. Joseph's College, and I was running 1985 with friend Joe Johnson, that was the supply guy over at Ford Aerospace and 1201 Charleston Road, and it's now Google. So you can see here, it got damaged. There was about 5,000 to 6,000 men studying to be priests here. It was a nice place, but always these seminaries, they keep to themselves. You didn't see much, but there was, up ahead I'll show you, where there was handball courts, and we go running by them. Occasionally see a few out there playing handball. I'm going to pause it now and go on. Just hang on. Okay, so this right here, where the pipe stand is, that was one of the places where you could get a sip of water back in the 80s. And they no longer use it, but that's what it looked like along this trail. And the water came down from the seminary. I'm going to pause it right now and go on and talk about this old tree over here. Okay, so everybody, this is informational plaque on this old bay tree. It used to sit right by the handball courts that aren't there anymore. and it talks about it a little bit here, but that tree's been there for an awful long time. I don't see anywhere on this plaque where it tells how old they think it is, but it's been there for a long time. So lucky for it, there hasn't been a fire through here, because it would devastate. That tree would be gone for sure. They still have. I don't think the Mendocino fire's out today, but you can see how big huge that tree was, and it was as big as that before when I remembered that. The handball, of course, I think there was also a tennis courts over there, but they're gone. Yeah, seminary's gone, and they're gone. I see some hawks flying up in here. See all sorts of wildlife here. Squirrels. Here, I'll just scan over. There's squirrels, and up in the air is a hawk, searching for small little critters in the hay and stuff. I'm going to pause and go on. Okay, it used to be a little bridge here where the guys would come down from the seminary and go to the handball court. And, of course, it's gone now. I just want to show you, here in the ground, you can see some of the dead leaves for the bay tree. And if you do any kind of cooking at all and cook soups, you'll know that bay leaves go inside. It flavors up a stew or soup. Over here, you can see the concrete where the handball court used to be. And I'm pretty sure there was a tennis court over here too. You can see it's gone. That's where it used to be right there. I'm going to pause it again. Okay, I want to show you this. We're entering into the open space reserve, which originally wasn't a reserve. Back in the days when I was running, they had it wasn't open space. So in today's political climate, it's mainly, Democrats. This is a big blue zone around here. You got Barbara Boxer, that used to be senator, and now you've Ed Feinstein for, I think this is going to come up on her sixth re-election bid. I'm going to show you this map again. Huge area. We're going to go up to the farm. It's just one large area, and they have this big loop that I used to go up on to reach the top. And I've even gone up my ex-wife. I even went up the electrical tower path. Different trails up here. Here you are here. So we're right down here, and we're just going to go up a little ways to the farm. The farm's I don't see the farm. Come on, quick, find the farm. I'm talking too long here. Trail, Lower Meadow Trail. There's the bathrooms. But that's not showing where the farm is. I think right where the bathrooms are is where the farm is. And then you got quite a few trails that run up. And I used to run up all the way up toward the top up here. This big long trail up here. Quarry Trail. Used to come down the other side. Well, it was a long time ago, and there's Crystal Ray Drive. Why doesn't it show the farm? It shows High Meadow. Used to run all these trails around here. I used to go up Rogue Trail. Anyway, High Trail. It talks about the farm on this one. There's Foothill Field Office. They got the Rangers up there. I can't tell, but I think where it shows the restrooms, that's where the farm is. So. Okay, so I'm going to move on. There's quite a few open spaces. This was created way back to preserve the land and keep the wildlife from dying off. Keep it preserved. That's where they live. That's their home. And thank goodness we have them. You know, it got started with Teddy Roosevelt and the park system in Yellowstone. So it's a good thing for everybody. It's nice open space. You can go for a good walk. Here it talks about these different ranches and stuff. So I don't see. I'm gonna let it go and stop it here and go on up to the farm. Okay, so there's a little clearing here, and the dairy can be seen at late in the afternoons, and they'll just stand here. People are jogging and whatever. So paved over used to be gravel at one time. That's it for now. Okay, you can see a little sign that says the farm is up this trail, but most people just take the regular paved over road to get there. This just kind of swings around. And I'm stopping it. Okay, I've resumed here because I want to show you this bridge. And back when I remember, when I was running in the 80s, they were in ill repair. They had a few bridges close to the farm, but as you got further up, yeah, you had to kind of jump over this little stream here. You can see there's water running right here. But farther down, you don't see any water at all. It's dried up. Okay. So you can see where some people used to run over the stream, right here. And that's when that bridge was not in good repair, but it is today. And got even a little bench, a real nice bench. Let's walk over, see what it says. It says it's dedicated to a person, Betty Selger. She was a docent and friend of the open space. Let's see, and there's a quote here: "Every walk with nature receives far more than he seeks," from John Moore. So this woman lived until 2013. So maybe I had passed her on the way up one of the times when I was up here. I'm going to pause it here and move farther up. I just want to give you a better perspective on this little stream. See, somebody's got some logs right there. And, you know, in February and March, there's quite a bit of rain. So this swells up quite a bit going downstream. It's not something that you want to try getting across when it's raining. When it rained, I never came up. I tried just to stay down and run out at the levee. You're better off running in the bay in that area, that baylands where the birds live. Up here in the rain, you don't want to be up here. It's just awful up here. Oh, squirrels again. There's tons of squirrels around. Okay, I'm going to put it on pause. Okay, people, there's a deer on the trail ahead of me. I don't know if you can see that way up there. I'm going to put it on pause again. Okay, there's a house up here. It's been here, you know, way back. I remember this house. I've got it zoomed in. I'm going to zoom it back out. All right. It's still zoomed. I can't make it. Okay, that looks normal now. Okay, so you can see the house up on the hill. It's still being used, I can tell. And, you know, there may be somebody staying up there that, as somebody watching the farm at night, just in case somebody comes up and tries to mess with the animals or something, some emergency occurs. But that's been there for a long time. And I can tell the roof is well maintained, so they're keeping that house. They're not going to let it go in ill repair and be torn down. So I'm stopping it again. This is a little fork in the road. I'm not sure if I remember there was a bridge there, but they got a bicycle rack, so I haven't seen any bicyclists up here. Apparently they use this path up here to ride bikes, and that's not the usual thing here. It's usually just mainly pedestrians. We're just going to go straight on. It's 0.2 miles here to the farm now. Put it back on hold. I might as well give you a better view of the... See, they got a barn over there. It's got it's like a garage where I can see 3, maybe 4 doors, four car. And I'm pretty sure there's caretakers that stay overnight living up here. So I'm going to pause it again. Okay, I just want to quickly show this. This is just on the other side of the caretaker's home. You can see this is got a wide swath where they've churned up the land. This is for a fire break. And as you know, there was a big fire up in Santa Rosa that burned down all these houses. It doesn't have to be an arsonist. It could be power lines. You can see there's a transformer right there. Normally you don't see high winds up here, but it could be anything. It could be lightning strike. So they've prepared for any kind of fire up in this area. You got the farm up ahead, just a short distance, and we'll be there. I'm stopping it. Okay, I'm starting to back up. I've got this bridge is in really good repair. I remember back in the 80s, this wasn't in such good health, this bridge. But you can see they have usually have a big volunteer staff that comes in, and they drive right up. And over on the other side here, they have a parking lot area, and just a little bit beyond the parking area, they have a big picnic ground where the volunteer staff goes in. It's very close. Picnic benches over there where the group gathers and they get their plans for the day. Now, I remember some old farm equipment up here. I'm just going to keep it running for a couple of seconds. They've got a sign that says picnic area on the way beyond. But I remember when I used to come up here, there was some old farm equipment. And let's see if we can find that real quick. Yeah, I see the tractor up here. There's this old wagon, horse-drawn wagon, buckboard. I can see that right here. So I'm gonna come up on this. And no, that's not it. It's just a regular wagon with regular wheels. But you can see the old farm tractor up here. They might. Yeah, I don't think they got it running anymore. Oh, here it is, buckboard. Here's the old buckboard. Right here. Old farm wagon. Yeah, it's falling apart. Nobody repairs these anymore. So it's just so old iron. They got a Brahma bull, it looks like. I'll walk over to the old farm tractor. You can see the spike wheels in the back. Old gasoline powered 1922 Fordson, it says. And they have it in the pasture with the big bull over there. I'm going to pause it right here and go on. I can't believe it. They still have the old scale here with the hand-drawn pump. And there's a little, you can see there's a little hole in the back where there used to be a planter. So you used to draw it behind the horse or a mule, and then you drop your seeds down. Especially if you're planting by hand, it'd make a little cut in the ground, and you plant the corn in the slot. But I'm amazed. This scale's got a milk pill on it. It's still there. So they used to. Apparently, they used to milk cows here. I'm pausing. Okay, I don't know if you see this. There's a bed inside. Somebody's embroidered the little cloth thing where they hang up. I really can't see very well inside. But this was somebody's bedroom right here, apparently. It's a rope bed, and that's how they used to, back in the old days, that was a mattress on top of it. And they talked about bed bugs, and they used to keep things tight. Originally, it was like a straw mattress, and you can see right here. That's a big size quilt. Back in the days, everybody just made their own bed sheets, okay? I'm going to pause it. Okay, so this was it's called the Grant Ranch, Grant Cabin. And the Grant Road runs past the El Camino Hospital near 85 and El Camino. And right in that corner, there's a sign that talks about there being a little, used to be a marketer. Used to be a little store down there, and guy looked out of the store and looked up in the mountains, and they called it Mountain View from his little porch. But that was where the market was down off of El Camino, right at that corner, Grant Road. Now it's through the entrance to 237. It's a major artery over to Milpitas. It says 1996, right? Okay, so I'm gonna stop it here and move on. Okay, here is a sign. They talk about the Nature Center. They only have it certain days. June 16th, 9:30 until 12:30, and that's coming up. Today's the 13th, so it's going to be this weekend that they have this open. But June? No, this is August 18th. I'm sorry, 9:30 till 12. So only a few hours, like 3 hours, on August 18th. Is that this weekend? It should be. That's this weekend. So this weekend they're going to have it open for a few hours and talk about the old way of doing things here. It's mainly for children. There's a lot of stuff here that kids love to touch things. Okay, so I'm going to stop. The outhouse, porta potty. Okay, so I'm entering where the livestock are. Right? You can't go into the pens, but you can come up and not supposed to feed the livestock. This is no talk. You can become a docent here and talk about the livestock and the old Indian culture that was in this area. I'm not interested. Sorry, but I got too many things to do. I get a degree. Okay. Well, they look like real apples. Gravenstein apples. It says for a buck. Okay. Money slot. Well, you can buy apples here. For a buck, and they work on the honor system. I guess you can. Can you feed? No, you're not supposed to feed the animals. Used to give the horses apples. So this is Friends of Deer Hollow Farms. A little posted little bulletin board where they post information. Jersey breed of cattle. Okay, going on. Yeah, don't feed the cat, okay? Okay, This place had that fresh cow manure smell. I remember from Wisconsin, in the farms up there. You can smell the livestock. They got a few geese. I'll go over show you. Meet the ducks. Got some chickens over here. Got a chicken coop with a few chickens. Looks like they got it empty. Oh, they got some water in that pond. I'm sure the geese love that pond over there. Okay, I'm gonna pause it. You see the rangers got their work area open. And hopefully nobody will take anything from it. Oh, I see a guy over here. So we got sheep and everything. How's everything going? Okay, got piglets? Got any piglets?
We're just getting ready for the owner to come and pick them off.
Oh.
And then the sheep are anxious to go back in. So
I used to run up here in the 80s. I used to go to the... used to prepare for the marathons up here.
Oh, yeah?
Good, lucky for me, I never met up with the mountain lion.
Yeah. Well, there's been plenty of reports.
Well, that's a rather unique little thing to do with an old milk pail. Okay, this is something that got preserved here. It's got built in December of 2011. The Eagles, the Boy Scout Eagles, Los Altos Kiwanis Club. No place in the corner. Sit and relax and enjoy. They also have an old bench, rather new bench, hardened plastic bench. I can remember benches up here weren't they rolled and falling apart. Okay. Sheep, goats. I'm putting it on pause. Okay, I only see one pig here, and I just asked about piglets. They don't have any. They're getting ready to take the grown-up ones, and you can see right over there. There's a huge pig over there. The slaughter. Yeah, we're sorry, but they don't live all their life up here. They have piglets, and then the piglets grow up, and they auction them off, just like over at the county fair. And they get cut up and they become bacon. All right, squirrel, he's running today. Okay, back over where the goats are. I saw about that little redone milk. I saw a squash over there. So this is like a little garden right here, growing all kinds of things. And you notice that they have to put the things in cages that keep animals and everything out. But they got wild plants. This one says guava, pineapple guava, but I can tell there's not pineapple there. I'm sorry, I left I didn't put it on airplane mode and it just keeps going off. I'm about done. I'm going to show you the barn here in a minute. But the volunteers come up here and help out with the gardens too. Young people will come in. It says strawberries, but the strawberry is dead. Looks like rosemary right here with a big old spider web in it. And that says rosemary. That's what it is. Of course, I can't go in there. It's called the Pebble Garden. Hands-on teaching tool for summer camp. I'm putting it on pause. Okay, there's a water spout here. There's a blue jay. He's up in the trees now, and he was drinking out of that water spout. And they have a real problem with wasps up here. Well, over here they have the old barn here. They don't use it for livestock anymore. It's the old hay barn. Here, I'll come up to the sign here. It was built by the Grants in the 1900s. use the barn for summer programs, volunteer supporters, picnic tables, our first come, first serve. It used to be, it was not so many. I remember it was just benches, big long benches. I don't remember so much as picnic benches, but they've got some real wasp problems in this barn. They try to keep them down with traps and everything. I don't see any problems, but I can see a few old nests up in the top. It's nice and cool in here. Used to be used for hay. We had a hay barn up in Wisconsin. I used to take care of horses. There was a couple of horses that the previous owner had. I was paid to take care of them. And I remember those horses. They scared me. And I remember one day lightning hit, and I was right next to the pump, and lightning came right down the power lines, and the horses bolted out of there, flew right through the gates on the old barn, and went running and ran right into the barbed wire fence. I felt sorry for those guys, but so they have volunteers come in here, and then they have a little stage. And this is as far as I go, because farther up, and you have a little outhouse up here. But, when you came off the trail, this was the only place you could come down to and get water. So you want to make sure that you had enough. And there's another bulletin board over there about the trail. And it branches off here. So that's it. I'm done. Another 20 minutes, so I'm sure this is like almost an hour long. Let me stop it here and turn the camera around. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video today. I think this is number 11 on the video log. As you can see, I'm doing very well. I'm more energetic today than I've been in the past. I was supposed to be working today. It's now 3:30 in the afternoon. I might get out and do a few more rides on Uber, but I've got work beyond Uber. Monday I see the pharmacist, so we'll see. I'm hoping to get a good A1C, and I'm sure I will, but it may not be enough to get me off the medication. I don't need the medication. I'm pretty much finished with the medication. But we'll see what the pharmacist says. I don't want to, I get the medical care for free. Part of my, thank you for your service kind of thing with the Veterans Administration. I'm very happy to have that. I'm very lucky, very fortunate. I just wish I had some benefits left on the educational side, because that was the main reason I joined up, is to try to get enough money to go to college and finish college. But I'm going to do it irregardless, even if it's going to cost maybe $20,000 at San Jose State, and move on and get that registered dietitian, and then try to work my way up through Berkeley and finally get the PhD. So I was going to keep it hush hush, but that's my goal. Okay, we'll just keep track of that once I get off the diabetes medications, and try to work on different fun stuff and talk about it every week. Have something new, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this helps somebody in my friends and family group on Facebook to try to get off their medications and lose the weight and live longer. Grow those telomeres, and hopefully you can live as long as the Okinawans or longer. I'm happy to say that I've still got a few aunts and uncles that are still alive, but I came close to really developing a major problem, and I hope to never have this problem with diabetes again. I think I've got it licked, so we'll see. Monday, and then I'll do a video next week and talk about it. That's it. I'm done.